What is going on? This is Cody, and you are tuned to B-Boy 45, broadcasting from the Seacrest Studios. It is another special edition of the latest news to keep you in the groove with Maya. Maya, why is today extra special?
Because Jack Dylan Grazer is calling in.
Jack Dylan Grazer! Woo-woo! Welcome.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Well, we are excited to have you. Maya, take it away.
Okay, so first of all, I just want to tell you how excited I am to be talking to you, and I'm very starstruck right now, so...
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Me too. I've heard a lot about you. Thank you.
Yeah, so my first question is, who or what inspired you to start acting?
I kind of discovered it on my own, but I found my voice and like my place in it through this theater company called the Adderley School. It's a theater program, repertoire theater program. And when I was really little, I was getting in trouble all the time at school, and like my mom tried to put me in soccer and basketball and all this, like golf and stuff. And one day I ended up in the Adderley School, long story short, and I was in the Adderley School, and I totally just found my passion, my everything in this. I was like, these are my people, this is my tribe, like this is my everything. Like I can't do anything except this for the rest of my life. And I was just that's kind of where I discovered it. And so like I guess the person is probably Janet Adderley, who is like the drill sergeant, awesome coach, sensei, who just showed me everything I really needed to know. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So Shazam is one of my favorite movies. I watch it all the time, and every time I watch it, I just think like, oh, I wish I could be best friends with Freddy.
Right?
Yeah. So can you relate to Freddy in any way?
Yeah. Oh, I think I relate with him more than any other character I've ever played. I mean, he uses his sense of humor as like a defense mechanism, and also when he's focused on something, he's really, really focused on something and like determined on capturing it and finishing it, so that's kind of a lot like me. And he has a lot of resilience, I think. I mean, he's been through a lot. He's in that foster home. He's been there for almost half of his life. And so he's been through a lot, but he like always keeps a positive head. So yeah, I think I resonate with him a lot. Yeah, and not with like the foster home thing. Like I'm not in foster homes, but like the resiliency thing, kind of. Yeah.
Cool. So I'm so excited for the sequel to Shazam, and. So what do you hope to see in that movie?
Ooh, well, I hope to see some Black Adam cameos, but I don't know. I don't know. I know nothing. One thing I knew is that I was going to shoot over the summer, but now with this whole quarantine craziness, I don't know, because Hollywood's pretty much shut down. I mean, yeah. So, but I don't know too much, actually, but I'm excited to play Freddy again for a sequel because that was so fun.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so I also loved your show, Me, Myself, and I.
Oh, wow.
And I was so upset when it was canceled. It was so funny.
Thank you.
So, did you have a favorite episode to film?
Ooh, wow, that's a great question. I think Home Alone was a really fun one to shoot. just because it was me and Chris, and it was like all like that, like the classic like Home Alone antics, like building like the Rube Goldberg machines. Like, okay, here, so if the doorbell rings, and it's just like all this crazy like strategic planning for like if a robber comes, which is like the pizza man. So that was a really fun episode, and I can't remember who directed it, but I remember that director being really awesome because each episode was a different director. And so that was kind of cool, a cool experience. It was a great experience, me, myself, and I, really. It was like something, a great advantage, I guess, I have in like this path. Because, I mean, you learn so much from doing all sorts, like from theater to TV to like shooting a feature. It's all like a different kind of thing. I mean, it's all the same, like the same format, but it's very different somehow, like placement.
Oh, cool. So you were in the movies It and It Chapter 2, and you're going to be in the upcoming indie thriller Don't Tell a Soul.
Yeah.
What draws you to this genre of film?
I think, good question, actually. I haven't really given it much thought, but I think that there's a real art form in creating something that's genuinely scary, or something that can actually like disturb you, like rattle you, like for when you exit the theater. I think there's a real like I said, like art form to that. Like it's hard to, just like with comedy, like it's hard to make. It requires a lot of thought and like detail to make something like actually genuinely like funny and like intelligent at the same time. And same with like horror. I think horror and comedy kind of fall into that same thing, where it's like you have to like fit a certain thing, and it's really specific, so it requires like a lot of thought. Yeah, so I think that's kind of what draws me to it. But yeah, I just got the part, you know.
So you were in the movie Beautiful Boy with Steve Carell and Timothy Chalamet. I don't know if I'm saying his last name.
That was great. You did great.
And that's just such a beautiful and heartbreaking movie. Mm-hmm. And I know you have said that it was a dream to work with Steve Carell. Mm-hmm. And I was wondering how that opportunity came about, and what that experience was like.
It was an insane experience, and I got an audition for it. And I was like, oh my God. And they were like, you're going to, in this, you play Steve Carell's son. And I love, like, Steve Carell is one of my biggest, I think, inspirations as like an actor. I think he has so much range. I think he's so talented. I love him in everything he's ever done. One of my favorite actors and people, because he's so kind and so genuine and so like real. So he's awesome. But I auditioned for it, and they're like, you're going to play Steve Carell's son. And I was like, oh, okay. This isn't like the biggest thing ever. Because also it was still pretty early in my career. And I was like, on my bucket list, like, I want to work with Steve Carell. Or like, you know, like, before, like I don't want to get an Oscar, but, you know, all this stuff. So like that was on my bucket, but like I kind of like put it like out there for like the future, but it happened so soon because like I was like, I guess I was just praying and dreaming on it, and it like happened. And I found out I got the part, and I cried, and I was like, oh, awesome. And it was just the time of my life. I loved it. It was such a cool experience, and he's so kind. So yeah, great question.
Oh, thank you. So you're going to be in the new HBO show, We Are Who We Are. Mm-hmm. And I'm very excited to see that. Can you tell us anything about it?
Yeah. Well, yeah, like you said, it's on HBO. I can't really say too much because it's kind of still under wraps a little bit. Like the trailer hasn't come out yet, but I'm so excited for it too. But it was directed by Luca Guadagnino. We shot it in Italy, and that was so cool. I was there for like 6.5 months, and that was like the awesomest experience ever. I loved it. And it was a real, it was, I think, the biggest challenge I've ever had playing a character, but it was the best challenge, and it like took me to places like that I didn't even know were inside of me. It was a really cool, profound experience, and I really enjoyed it. But I can say that it takes place on an army base, and that I'm in it. I can't really say.
Can you tell us if it's good for like teenagers, or you think young adults, or even younger or older? What do you think?
It's not. I wouldn't ever, definitely not classify this as kid friendly, because it's pretty explicit. But it's very hate to say it, but it's very true about the younger generation. The younger generation melded in with the older generation, like that interaction.
Okay. So teens and young adults.
Yeah, if you watched Euphoria, you could handle this.
Okay, cool.
But Euphoria was
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're a global ambassador for the campaign Stomp Out Bullying.
Yeah.
So what made you want to get involved with this cause?
Well, I heard about it, and I heard about it was a nonprofit, and it was really important. And also, I really assimilated with the issue because it's something that like I really want to make an impact on, and it's a hard thing to kind of just totally eradicate, bullying, because it's been in history since the beginning of time. But I had experience with it, and I understand the torment that comes from it, and like all the insane hardship that's like associated with the person who's getting bullied, and the unfairness and the injustice. So I really wanted to put my voice somewhere in there, to just amplify the change that needs to happen, I guess. Yeah. Or the awareness that needs to be broadcasted. So Stomp Out Bullying is the name of the organization.
Yeah. Yeah, so your clothing line, Doll Boy, is so cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, what inspired you to start the clothing line?
Honestly, I kind of just wanted to expand a little bit, and I don't like using the word capitalize, but now that I have the ability to do those things, it's the best time to do it, to like expand and experiment with doing other things that like are beneficial. So I wanted to do that, and the Doughboy, the idea I think came out of like the all work no play makes Jack a dull boy, kind of like from the Shining thing. But I wanted it to be kind of universal. Like I wanted it to not just be skate stuff, and I wanted it to kind of be for all people who wear clothes.
Cool.
That's good. That's a lot of people.
Yeah, almost everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. So what is your biggest pet peeve?
Ooh. I don't know. Good question. I don't like when people chew with their mouth open, or like chew loudly. I think I don't like that. But I mean, there's probably a bunch of other things, but I haven't been around like people enough to like,
especially lately.
Like anything about them.
Yeah. But no, that also is a pet peeve of mine, when people chew loudly.
Yeah.
But actually, my family and I have been joking that we've been built for what's going on right now, because we don't like going to crowded places anyway. Yeah. And most of the time, we're just like happy being inside, away from people.
You guys are thriving. Exactly.
Yeah. So what song would be on the soundtrack to your life?
Whoa. That's a great question. Oh my goodness. I don't know. Break On Through by The Doors. That'd be somewhere in the soundtrack, I think. Yeah, I'll put that in there.
That's a good one.
Cool. Yeah. It's on my list to listen to.
Great, yeah.
So, yeah. So, is there a line from a movie or book that's had an impact on your life?
These are awesome questions, Maya.
Thank you.
I was not prepared. Wait, so the question is there a line? Okay. Let's see. I don't really know right now. Here, I'll pull a line from the book that I'm reading right now, which is really good, called "We Need New Names." So let's just see if there's a cool quote somewhere on this page I just randomly flipped to. No, nothing good.
That's okay. Tell us the name of the book.
It's called "We Need New Names" by Violet Bulawayo. It's really good.
It's a fiction.
About fiction and totally, definitely kid friendly, I think. Maybe young adult, maybe.
Yeah, sure. 10 and up.
It's good.
Cool.
Yeah, 10 and up, for sure.
Cool. Okay. Wait, sorry. What was the song again that you had?
Break on through, and then in parentheses, to the other side.
Break on
by the
through
door.
to the other side.
You got it.
It doesn't quite sound like that, but.
Close enough.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So, if somebody narrated your life, who would you want the narrator to be?
Oof. Oprah would be awesome. Oprah would be so good. Or like maybe like Sam Elliott, because he's got a great voice. Or like
Sam Elliott, yes.
Right. Oh, that'd be. I would have the coolest sounding life ever.
Yeah, that would be good.
Like, yeah.
Maya,
like
you know
Jeff
Sam Elliott, he does the beef.
Yeah.
It's what's for dinner.
Yeah.
No, I know his name from like other things, but
Right. But you know his voice from that. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
no, I don't know what you're talking about. So,
Okay, well, I thought it was a well-known commercial. What do I know?
So, my last question for you is, who do you consider to be a real-life superhero and why?
Maya, you're definitely a superhero for sure. 'Cause you got the power. But who else?
Thank you.
I guess all the people that I'm kind of just doing like a generalization, not just like a person, but like I guess all the people that dedicate their lives and their time to helping others, and they don't have to wear capes, but they don't have to have masks, but they just have the integrity and the dignity and the kindness and the respect for others. Those people anywhere in the world are I guess heroes in any field too, whether that be doctors or teachers, or especially doctors right now, especially and teachers and people on the police force or anybody, firemen, whatever. Like those people I think are heroes. Yeah, for sure. Real life.
Yeah. Thank you so much for calling in.
Guys.
I still am like, is this actually happening? So, yeah.
Well, yeah, me too. Thank you. Thank you guys for having me. This was really awesome and special. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you for being here. Thanks for chatting with Maya and with all the kids here at Children's Hospital Colorado. We'll look forward to a bunch of your new projects and keep our eyes open for you. And of course, Maya will keep us updated as to when things are coming out and what to look for. So awesome. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks so much.